Did you know that if you freeze some Fiji water overnight, specifically Fiji water by the way, and then boil it the next morning and pour it straight into your vehicle's gas tank, that there is a chance that your car may not function properly from that point on? Shocking, I know, but hold your surprised expression till you hear this. Did you also know that if your phone has a low battery as you're going to sleep? I was astounded to find out that instead of plugging it in, if you take off your case, assuming you have one on, and wrap your phone in cold, dampened seaweed, that it does nothing for your cellular device. You, my friend, will likely sleep past all those alarms that will never sound because your phone is dead. It's dead. You didn't plug it in. What were you expecting? It's a bit of a no-brainer when I put it that way, no? Your phone? It needs a specific kind of juice. So does your car. So why is it that so many of us, myself included in this by the way, expect to tackle the next year hoping for newer and better results, all whilst feeding ourselves physically and mentally in the same or worse ways than we have before? Something's gotta break, people. And I'm here hoping to make sure that it's your habits that do, rather than you. Welcome to Lessons from the Mundane, or LFTM, the show where you and I are able to glean life-giving lessons from everyday things all around us, otherwise known as the mundane. My name is Jason, or you can call me Jace, your humble host for these next few minutes, and a fellow believer in living a life of abundance and fulfillment. That, my friends, is something I wish to share with you. Friends, I'd like to introduce you to David Goggins, a retired Navy SEAL who also completed the U.S. Army Ranger School as well as the Air Force Tactical Air Controller training. My point in listing all of these details is to give greater weight to the fact that even for someone as accomplished and disciplined as he was and is, the visage or face of reality is an ugly one to behold when caught malnourished and unprepared. A great example of which is an event that he recounts in his book, Can't Hurt Me, with vivid detail. Because he did not plan or prepare, especially in the realm of what he was taking in as nutrients before the race, he suffered greatly during the entire thing. I'm talking deep suffering in ways that I can't quite describe on this channel, likely without changing the rating of this video. Now, for context, the San Diego One Day, if you've never heard of it, is a 100-mile race with a time limit of 32 hours. That's not something you just up and do, much less with the extent of your nutrition for the day being a box of Ritz crackers and 2 4-packs of Myoplex, which is a thick protein drink. That's what he said he brought with him that day, and I quote, "I didn't drink much water. I didn't even consider my electrolyte or potassium levels or eat any fresh fruit." Just out of curiosity, by the way, I went ahead and asked Google what happens to one's muscles when they are suffering from a potassium deficiency. Here's one of the first answers I clicked on. There are several ways that this mineral deficiency can cause weakness and fatigue. First, potassium helps regulate muscle contractions. When blood potassium levels are low, your muscles produce weaker contractions. Deficiency in this mineral may also affect how your body uses nutrients, resulting in fatigue. By the way, that's just some of the repercussions of skipping out on such a vital nutrient. But how does this translate to you or I or our new year? First, we need goals, but we'll talk about that in a later episode. Next is the preparation for such endeavors. That's where the juice, energy / nutrients that your body or mind needs comes into play. Say you want to become a great writer like J.K. Rowling or C.S. Lewis, but you decide through inaction that consistently picking up and reading books isn't required. Or maybe your dream is to pack out stadiums with your life-giving speeches like Les Brown, Simon Sinek, or John Maxwell, but you decide through inaction that standing in front of the mirror practicing your lines or your delivery technique is too embarrassing or beneath you or pointless. Will your dreams come true that way? No, they won't. Much like David Goggins during that grueling race, your mind and body will wrestle you to the ground in a malnourished protest of your current demands. And guess what? It doesn't stop there. It's even worse if you're tough on yourself during the autopsy, because then you'll likely berate yourself and blame your shortcomings on a lack of ability rather than a lack of strategy. that's just what we're inclined to do. It doesn't mean that's what's gonna happen every time. It's just the most likely outcome in a lot of cases. So how do we fix that? The right kind of juice. The kind of shakes and food that a bodybuilder intakes is quite a bit different from that of a marathon runner. Some items may intersect or, be found in common between the two, but I guarantee you that when it comes to the amount required, it will be different. The songs you listen to, the videos you watch, the words you feed yourself, as in the vocabulary or the tone you use on yourself every day, that is your juice. Are you supposed to be juicing for explosive power, or are you juicing for sustained energy? Are you preparing for the relay race, or is a 100-yard dash your calling? I use these visual examples metaphorically so as to bring us to the question of the night or the day or whatever time you're watching this, which is the following. How are your words impacting your performance? Consider the following quote by Jay Brown. Words, so powerful. They can crush a heart or heal it. They can shame a soul or liberate it. They can shatter dreams or energize them. They can obstruct connection or invite it. They can create defenses or melt them. We have to use words wisely. Guys, I hope this video made sense as far as using not only the item, but the concept of juice as our focus for the day. In the next couple videos, I'll try my best to compile some good practices as far as the application of these principles is concerned. Nonetheless, I'm glad that you were able to stick with me throughout this admittedly slightly longer video. Everyone who is able to find some value therein will undoubtedly agree that it was well worth the investment of time. Either way, even though the concept of just drinking juice is a bit mundane, its lessons forever remain. My name is Jason, or you can call me Jace. This was Lessons from the Mundane, or LFTM, and I speak favor and fulfillment over your life. Guys, drink some water for me, and eat a banana for you. And let's not forget to be more constructive with our self-critique, okay? Be kinder to yourselves. It doesn't mean slacking off. It just means don't be so harsh on yourself, yeah? Okay, that's it for me. I'll see you guys next week.